Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a problem that is very similar to the one that you have on Classkick. Okay. It's a different scenario, but the steps are the same. So I'm going to have you pause and watch me, and then I will pause and let you go in and write your own work. So that way we're doing this step by step at the same time. All right, so I'm going to read. I want you to just pause for a second. If you're trying to work on it in Classkick, just please do me a favor and pause for just a second and watch me do this first step. So Sally recently received a new car for her birthday. She can keep her car as long as she washes her car once per week. Write a system of equations to represent the following scenarios. So just like you have two scenarios, if you go to slide 2 on your Classkick Unit 5 writing assignment, you go to slide 2. At the bottom, you see write a system of equations to compare the two scenarios. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so I want you to go to slide 2 on your Classkick writing assignment. And now pause. I'm going to write out my first scenario equation, and then you're going to write yours. So my scenario says Sally can wash her car at the Super Shine car wash for $7.75 per day. So I'm going to say, okay, C is going to equal the cost at the car wash. So I can write that over here. Car wash, the total cost at the car wash is $7.75. D. D stands for day. So every day that she goes, it costs her $7.75. So I'm going to pause, and I want you to write your equation for number 1, your scenario. You can buy a grande cafe latte from Starbucks every day, which costs $3.65. So it's $3.65 per day. Yep, so S can be Starbucks, H can be home or house. That's fine. Yep, exactly. I will go through and check your equations once we get the first and second equation written. Okay? Okay, Liv, that's okay, but we're doing it together now, so hopefully you're understanding a little bit better when I explain this. Okay? What you are doing for the first slide, the first 2 problems, is you're writing an equation. All we're doing is turning this sentence into a math equation. So this sentence says, for Sally to wash her car, it's $7.75 per day. So car wash equals $7.75 times the number of days she goes. That's it. All we're doing is turning sentences into math equations. We're writing it in math terms. All right, so when you have written your equation for number 1, give me a green check. So, Liv, what's your first letter? So day, my D, I used because that's what changes. I'm going to change the number of days I go to the car wash. So I put that with my $7.75 because that's how much it costs per day. Every time I go, it's $7.75. Okay, I'm going to go to your slide and see what you've got written so far. So we're not doing anything with lattes. So yes, every day that you buy a coffee, it's $3.65 per day. So Liv, you can let Starbucks equal S. So the cost of buying from Starbucks is how much per day? Write out money per day. Write that in. You can, like, are you saying, can you use L for your variable? Is that what you're asking, Erica? Sure, that's fine. The way you have it written is perfect. Yep, that's great. Mm-hmm. So you're writing, for me to write out, if you're having trouble, look at what I'm doing on the board. For me to write out 775 per day, it's 7.75 times D. You can choose any variable you want. If you want to let your variable be K, that's fine. I use D because it makes sense because it's per day. But you can choose any variable that if you want to use X, that's totally fine. All right, so far I'm waiting on 7 people. And then we'll move on. Yes, we are doing Class Kick Unit 5 writing assignment. I'm going to check all the equations after we do the second one. Liv, you're close. You just don't have your variable per day. So you need to pick a variable that represents day. Guys, I'm going to check all of them after we do the second one. Okay? There you go. Okay, so now Valeria, open up Class Kick Unit 5 writing assignment. Okay. Now, yes, if I gave you a smiley face, you're good. Okay. So everybody pause what you're doing. I want you to look at your second sentence. Yours says you spend $300 to buy an espresso machine and purchase supplies. Okay, so you had to spend $300 in addition to it costing you $1.35 per day to make lattes at home. So let me show you. Yes, Rylan, that's correct. Okay, so let me show you, let me read my sentence. Okay, for Sally to wash her car at home. Okay, so I'm going to let H equal home. So the total cost of Sally washing at home equals $4.85 each day she washes her car. I'm using the same variable. Whatever variable you used for number 1, you need to use for number 2. If you used X, use X. If you day she washes it plus the $49.30 she spent in supplies, so like soap, brushes. That's it. So you're going to put the cost per day of making coffee at home plus the initial amount that you spent in supplies. Once you think you have equation 1 and 2 done, you can raise your hand and I will come check it. $300, but we want to know the total cost of making it at home. So I'm going to put your hand down until you have the total cost equation down. Perfect, Jonathan. Good job. Perfect, Erica. Once I give you a smiley face on your slide 2, you can go to slide 3. Yes, RJ, the only thing you need now is like to set it equal to something. So you can set it equal to H, which would be your cost at home. Perfect. Good, Asha, you're good. Go to slide 3. Ace, good job. You can go to slide 3. Megan, you're good, except just check for your top equation, S equals 3.65, not 3.64. It'll make your problem just a little bit nicer. Yep. Good job, Maya. You can go to slide 3. Laurel, perfect. You can go to slide 3. Okay, raise your hand if you're ready for me to check. Perfect, Valerie. Good job. You can go to slide 3. Good, Valeria. You can go to slide 3. Kiara, you can go to slide 3. Very good. Okay, Brianna, you have the numbers correct. You just have your variable in the wrong spot. So what yours says is that to make it at home, it's $300 per day plus $1.35. So you need to change your variable because it's not $300 per day. It's only $1.35 per day. All right, I think I have cleared all of the hands that were raised. Okay, AJ, raise your hand so I can look at yours. If you want me to check your equations, raise your hand so I can look at them. Perfect, AJ, you're good. You can go to slide 3. Anaya, oh, she's not in here. Okay. Let's see. Ty, you're good. You can go to slide 3. Yeah, raise them in class kick so I can go right to your assignment. Let's see. Yes, Rylan, you're good. Some of you are still working. Let's see. Zachary, you're good. Okay, here's some more hands. There we go. Okay, Brianna, you have Starbucks is $3.65 every day she goes. Great. Then so that's how much she spends. That's correct. For your home, you have that it costs her $300 every day that she makes a coffee. But that's not what our sentence says. It says it costs $1.35 every day. So switch your variable in your second equation. Austin, yours is close. Whatever variable you used in your first equation, so you used X to represent every day, so you need to use X in your second equation as well. So instead of 1.35y, you're going to have 1.35x. Yes, Liv, that's correct. Okay, so everybody, if you will pause. Anaya, this is Unit 5 writing assignment. I'm doing a different problem, yes, but then I'm stopping so that you can do yours. Anaya, I think I see that you already kind of submitted something, so let me take a look at it real quick. If you'll meet me at slide 2. Okay, Anaya, yours is good except for this first one. Starbucks S is $3.65 per day. Right now, you're just saying that Starbucks, no matter how many days you go, costs $3.65. So pick a variable to add at the end of that 3.65. Not plus, you're just putting it behind there because it's $3.65 times the number of lattes she gets or you get. You can just use X if you want. Okay, so now the cost of making your coffee at home is going to be $1.35 per day. Okay, so that you're going to use that same variable X plus the $300 you spent in supplies. Okay, so give that a try. Anna, let's see. Okay, so Anna, your numbers are correct. I just don't see any variables. So you need to have G, which is your latte or your Starbucks amount. It's $3.65 per day or per latte. So put a variable there. Choose any letter. I don't know what you're highlighting, but I need you to write a letter behind 3.65. Look at my screen in New Row. The cost for Sally to wash her car is $7.75 per day. So cost equals 7.75 days per day times the days. So you need to have a variable in both of your equations. No, I know what G means, and I know what H means, okay? But I want you to add it in your equation. These are your two equations right here in the red box. You need to have a variable. You have G equals, that's fine, but right now your first sentence here says that G equals $3.65. So if she goes to Starbucks 100 times, she's not going to pay $3.65. She has to pay $3.65 times 100. So you need to have some sort of variable there. Okay, D is fine. Yep, and then you need to have a D in your second equation as well. Yeah, but it's not 300 every day she makes one at home, right? Yeah, you can start on slide 3 if you want. I know we're going to go over it, guys. I'm trying to help everybody here. Annalise, you had the numbers correct. Read your second sentence. It says you spend $300, not per day, just $300 to start and get your machine and supplies. And then to make it at home, there you go. It's $1.35 per day. That's exactly right. Okay, so let's move on to, if you will all go to slide 3. Okay, good, Liv. I will keep doing that. Okay, so slide 3. I'm asking on my problem, how many car washes will it take at the car wash until she breaks even with the cost at home? Yours says, after how many days will the price of buying lattes from Starbucks equal the price of making lattes at home? So for me, the key word there is equals. So for my problem, I want to know, when will the cost of car wash equal the cost of home? Okay, but let me go back, pause for just a second. So you're wanting to know, when does Starbucks equal home? Instead of just putting these variables, though, I'm going to write out the equation. So mine was $7.75D. That was the car wash cost. When is that going to equal $49.30 plus $4.85D? So now you're going to go in, just the first step is you're going to write out your equations. Set your two equations equal to each other. We want to know, when are they equal? At how many days? We're going to solve for D or X, whatever you use as your variable. Go ahead and write out when you've written out your two equations, and set them equal to each other, because we're saying that they are equal. Don't raise your hand yet. Okay, I want to wait until we finish this first part. And then I'm going to go through and check. So just give me a green check. Nobody should be giving me red X's. You're just giving me a green check when you've got it done. Valeria, keep going. You have, yep, there you go. 3.65x equals, that's right. Once you've written your two equations equal to each other, give me a green check and come back to new row and stay there for just a second. All right, looks like we're just waiting on about 12 more people. All right, let's get one more to, okay, there we go, perfect. So everybody come back to new row, even if you don't have your equations written. We're trying to figure out, for me, it's how many days does she have to wash her car at home and at the car wash to be equal, where she would spend the same amount of money. You're putting whatever you had for your variables in the first slide, on slide 2, you can keep those. If you use D, that's fine. If you use X, that's also fine. You just should have the same variable on both sides. Yours is fine, Erica. That's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to solve for D. I need to get all of my variables, my like terms, on the same side. For me to do that, I want to move this positive 4.85. I want to move it to the left. So I have to subtract. I'm subtracting that from 7.75. So 7.75 minus 4.85 is going to give me 2.9D equal to $49.30. And I'm going to divide by 2.9. Okay. So what you're going to do is go back to your equation, okay, and you are solving for D or X or whatever your variable is. So that told me that my number of days, it would take me 17 times to wash my car at the car wash and at home, and then I would have spent the same amount of money. So it would take me 17 car washes. You go back to yours, raise your hand when you have solved for your variable, and I will come check it before you do the second part. Good. Sapphire, you are good to go. I'm going to enter your grade in, and you are good to go. Good job. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. If you want to hang out till the end of class, I can give you an update on your grade. But otherwise, you are done with this problem. Good work. All right, let's see. Valeria, you don't have it solved yet. Okay, raise your hand when you've got it solved, okay? Over here, this should be 3.65D. You have to use the same variables here. So pick D or X, pick one of them, and you just use the same. Okay, good, Jonathan. Yep, exactly right. Okay, Paulina, let's take a look at yours. Paulina, good. Can you just show your work for me? Your answer is correct for part A, but this answer goes up here for part A. So can you just show me your work real quick? Well, how do you know it's $1 off? What do you mean? Good, Laurel, but can you show me your work, please? No, that's okay. Paulina, that's totally fine. I can. Anaya, let me go to your screen. Did you set your two problems equal to each other? You don't have an X there. That's why. So, Anaya, you can get rid of this and this. So this should be 3.65x equals 1.35x plus 300. So change that out, and then you're solving for x. Good, Erica. Perfect. Maya, will you check your math again? 2.65 minus 1.35. Check that because it's not 2.5. So just check your math again real quick. But your steps are correct. All right, RJ, let me check yours. Yes, perfect, RJ. Yeah, you're going to get a decimal. Totally fine. Yep, you're going to get a decimal. I put mine to get a whole number just to simplify it because I made up this problem. But you're going to get a decimal, and that is totally fine. That's correct. Okay, Austin, I don't see your work solved. So you have it set equal to each other. That's great. Now solve for x. So look at the work that I did on Class Kick. Yes. Olivia, you're good at that. Those are the right steps. Now, what is 300 divided by 2.3? What is the answer here? Put it over here in D. It's going to be a decimal, and that's totally okay. All right, Annalise, I'm looking at yours. Give me just a second. It's loading. Yep, perfect, Annalise. That's good for part A. Asha, let me take a look at yours. Yes, Asha, that's perfect for part A. This is not part B.
I have a question. Did you
Hold
add
on one second.
equations?
Hold on one second. Asha, yours is good for part A. We haven't done part B yet. Okay. Whoever was asking that question, sorry, go ahead.
So, no worries. Did you add your two equations together?
Yep, you're good. Amari, was it you asking that question? I'm sorry.
Yes. I was asking, did you add your two equations together?
I did not add them. I set them equal to each other, right? Because
okay, I get it.
Yeah, your question says how many days until they are equal. So I'm going to take my first equation, set it equal to my second equation, and then I'm solving. So for those of you, Anaya, I know you're confused about how I did this. So I had 7.75. That was my first equation. I set it equal to the second equation. Then I am solving for my variable. I used D. So I got all of my D terms on one side. They were on two sides of my equal sign. I had one over here and one over here. So I subtracted the smaller one because it was positive. So I subtracted to move it over. Then I had 2.9 D equals 49.30, and I divided by 2.9 because I'm solving for D. All right, let's see. Ace, that is perfect. Good job. Rylan, let me check yours. Okay, Rylan, your equation should not be 300D. Right now, what your second equation says is that every time you make a latte at home, it costs you $300 per day. So you need to move your variable. Your steps are correct, but you need to move your variable to be with the $1.35 per day. So go ahead and rework that algebra there. Yes, Brianna, I think you maybe mixed up a few numbers because this should be like that, but then yes, that's your correct answer. Good. Maya, let me check yours. Okay, good. Maya, yours is good. Okay. AJ, perfect. Good job, guys. Let me finish checking. I've got like 7 more, and then I'll show you how to do that last part, and you will be good to go. Kiara, perfect. And then your second part's perfect. So Kiara, you are done and good to go. If you want to hang out to get like an updated grade, you can. But if not, you're free to go. All right, Liv, perfect. There you go. Good job. Laurel, I'm checking yours. Yep. Laurel, your first part's good and your second part's good. I'm going to update your grade. And then if you don't have any questions, you are good to go. But if you want like a final update on your final grade before the semester ends, you can stick around and I'll answer a few questions at the end. All right, Laurel, you're good. Megan, I'm looking at yours right now. Perfect, Meg. Good job. We're going to go over that second part in just a second. All right, Valerie, I'm looking at yours. Yes, Amari, will you raise your hand for me? And then I will see it. Yes, good job, Valerie. Perfect. All right, Austin, I'm looking at yours. Yep, good job, Austin. All right, Valeria, I'm looking at yours. So, Valeria, yes, this should still have a D on it, and then you need to bring this down. So 2.30D equals what number? And go ahead and finish solving. Okay, Liv, you're good. For that one, Amari, let me check yours, and then Santiago, I'm going to check yours. Perfect. Amari, you're good. You've got both of them. So you are good to go unless you want to stick around and ask about like your final grade and where you stand. All right, Santiago, I'm looking at yours. Yep, perfect. Santiago, good job. I'm going to update your grade, and you are good to go. Unless you have questions about your grade, you are good to go. All right, I think I got, actually, no. Okay, so everybody pause. I'm going to show you how to do this last step. And then I need you to raise your hand again so that way I can see your final answer, and I will go ahead and put your grade in. So the second part says, how much money will they have spent? You're going to take whatever answer you got for days or D or X, whatever it is that you chose. Yeah, guys, if you want yours checked, you got to raise your hand, okay? All right, so you're going to take that number and plug it in. I'm going to plug mine into 7.75D because that's the easiest. Okay, they should be equal, right? We figured out when are they equal. So when I do that, I'm going to get $131.75. All you're doing is taking your X value, plugging it in, and getting a Y value. Okay, so when you think you've got it, your second part, raise your hand, and I will let you know. And then unless you want to stay and ask about like your final grade, I can pull that up so that you know where you stand. But otherwise, you're free to go. All right, Valeria, I'm checking yours. Okay, Valeria, I see your days. That's perfect. Good. Now just plug that in. All right, so Anaya, look at what I did on my slide for part A. Whatever your variable is, mine was D. You have to get those on the same side. You subtracted 300, but we can't take 300 from 3.65x. Okay, so instead of subtracting 300, you need to subtract your variable, 1.35. So go ahead and subtract 1.35x and then continue solving. Okay, Olivia, I don't see your final answer. Olivia, multiply. Don't divide. Go ahead and multiply. That's 3.65 times 130. And then raise your hand again for me. Perfect, Jonathan. You are good to go. Good job.
Smith,
Yeah.
when I'm trying to multiply 3.65 times the answer I got, it's saying in my calculator an error.
How are you putting it in?
I'm putting in 3.65 times 1.30.
Wait, it's not 1 point. You should get 130 days, right?
Oh, yeah, I did. I just see a little. It's probably
Okay, Megan. Okay, try that. Try it with 130. Hey, Meg, I think you plugged in 130 for this H equation, but you forgot to add 300. So try again and then raise your hand again. What I did, Ty, was I took the answer I got for part A, which for me was 17. Good job, Valerie. You're good to go. And I plugged it in for my variable. So you might have used X or D. I'm not sure what variable you used, but you're just plugging it in to one of your equations. All right, Brianna, I'm checking yours. Perfect, Brianna, you're good to go. Raise your hand, guys, and I will check it. You got to raise your hand. We've got 20 people in here. Raise your hand. Okay, Brianna, you are good to go. Annalise, I'm checking yours right now. Annalise, perfect. You are good to go. Olivia, I'm checking yours. Perfect. Olivia, you're good to go. Good job. Sure, Anna. You can go ahead and type. Okay, good job, Alejandra. Thank you. Anna, you can go ahead and type your question out if you want. Okay. Valeria, you're good to go. Asha, I'm checking yours. Yeah, it's open, Valeria. It's open if you want to do it. Good job, Asha. You're good to go. Annalise, I got yours. It's submitted. I already put in your grade for it, so you're good to go. All right. Megan. Bye, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Megan, you're good to go. We've got just a few more minutes, guys. Raise your hand, guys, and I'll check it, okay? I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can. Good job. Erica, you're good to go.
Are you going to update my grade from the 0?
Yeah, I just put it in. So it should be updated for you if you go check your grade book. Okay, Anaya, when you do 3.65 minus 1.35, your answer is not 2. You should get a decimal. Okay, and remember, we're not subtracting 300 there. All right, RJ, I'm checking yours. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording.